Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and any other social network have like, dislike, heard, and time ago features. So if you want to build one for your website, stay with me. What is up, source hackers? Sinead here from CodePassiveIncome.com, the place where I help others to become a web developer much easier and faster than they will do it on their own. So if that is something that interests you, make sure that you subscribe. So before we actually start with this video, I want to show you what we have built in the previous two parts. Basically, we have built entire comment system, the YouTube clone one. So if you don't have this code already and you didn't watch those videos, make sure that you click on the link in the cards so that you can even watch or at least download the source code. So now, as you can see here, we have fully working system where we can log in, log out, register, add comments, add replies, and all the time has been here. So now the next thing that we need to do, let's say first we are going to build the time ago feature. So as you can see here, at the moment we have only the date, and it will be useful if we can build something like we have here on the YouTube, where it says like 5 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 months ago, 7 months ago, etc, etc. Now there are a lot of the different ways on how we can achieve that, but there is a couple of the plugins that are extremely useful, very lightweight. So I would suggest going that route. So let's do it. First, I want you to go to the Google and search for the time ago, and then I want you to choose this one. So this one is very easy to use, very lightweight. So here, this is the all that we need to include, this one. So you can download it, or you can use this link, whatever you prefer. Let's say in our case we are going to download it. So here's my YouTube comment system, and then let's say I will have folder JS, okay, and I will save it. Now the next thing that we need to do is to include it. So let's say I will do it here. So script source, let's say JS, then jQuery time ago. Okay. Now, if you check the documentation on their website, basically all we need to do is just to call the time ago through the jQuery, and we are going to get what we need, okay? And of course, if you want, you can see that there are just a couple of the different examples down below. So in our example, we have one place where we create comment rows and display the time when it's created on. Okay, so let's say here I'm going to add a new class, so I will say time ago, and here I will just put, let's say, data date, and then here I will put created on when the comment has been added, and that's it. Now of course here we are going just to use the date. So if we test this, okay, so first if we test, nothing will happen, okay, we just don't display. But if we now add the functionality here, so once we get all the comments, we can say that for each time ago, okay, we want to get what is the time ago, so we can say time ago is equal, and then if we check the documentation on their website, this is how we can do it, okay? So this is the one that actually will be useful for us. So we can say, okay, jQuery dot time ago, and then as you can see here, we need to specify the current time. Okay, so I'll say this dot attribute data date. Okay, and now if we print, or maybe we don't need to print, we can immediately say dot text time ago. And then we also want to remove this class because we don't want to go again through the same list. Okay, so let's see. So now you can see it says a day ago, 8 days ago, a day ago, and then 11 days ago. So yeah, but now if we make a new comment, we will also need to do the same thing, because for now when we add a comment, you can see now that there isn't anything, but when we click here, we can see that. So where it is? Okay, it should be here, but it's not. Let's see. Okay, it's here. And you can see now, if we will calculate, it will probably say today, but let's include also the time, because we have it in the database, so that we can get something like a minute ago, few seconds ago, etc. So how we are going to do it? So first let's see what will happen if we refresh. It will say like 9 hours ago. Okay, so at the top, now on all places where we get, we should just remove this formatting. Okay, boom. And then I believe we have few more places. It's here. Okay, and that should be it. Let's see. Okay, and now as you can see, it says about a minute ago. Why? Because when we refresh and check the source code, you can see now that we are including the time also, so they are able to pretty much better calculate the time. Okay, and now let's just do the same thing for when we add a new comment or reply. So we are going to insert the same code, and since it is the same code, we will just move it to the function. Okay, so we can say new function. Sorry, let's say run time ago, or maybe calculate time ago. Calculate time ago, and we will code here, so say calculate time ago. And then also when we add a new comment here, we'll say calculate time ago. So let's see now. Okay, we are adding a new one, and boom, it says now 9 hours ago. Why? Because we are again including only the date. So let's see, we have missed somewhere. Date format. Okay, it's here. We have two places where we need to replace it. Okay. Okay, now let's refresh, add a new one. Okay, and now as you can see, it says less than a minute ago, and then you say here a new reply. Okay, that's it, it works properly. Now of course, this is probably because in our table replies we had some data that was made when we tested, so that's why we see this here, which is not correct. Okay, it shouldn't be here. Cool. Okay, now let's implement like and dislike the system. So if we go to the YouTube, we can see that they have like thumbs up and thumbs down. It's gray color at the beginning, and then it's blue when someone click, and then we can see that for each of those we have the number of likes and dislikes. So let's do the same thing. First, if you don't have it, you will need to download Font Awesome. So let me show you. So all you need to do is to go to this website, fontawesome.com, and then you are able here to start for free and download this one. After that, you will need to extract. So as you can see, I have extracted, it's here. And then after that, we need to include it in our project. So how we are going to do it? So basically here we will say, okay, link, style sheet, and then we need just ref. So Font Awesome, CSS, Font Awesome. Okay, and then I will duplicate this and say I want to also include solid. Okay, so let's just make a quick test here, or maybe let me show you. If you don't know what is the name of any icon, you can go here, then you can click here on the solid, and then you can search for your icon. So let's say thumbs up. So when I click on this one, I will get here how we can include it in our code. So I can just click here, it will be copied, and let's say paste here. And now when we open, if you see it here, that means that you did a great job and did it properly. Okay, so now I'm just going to include this for each reply, okay, here, so that it's nicely formatted. Okay, so let's say here I will just paste thumbs up, and then we'll also have thumbs down. Okay, and let's first check what we have got. So now, as you can see, for each comment and reply we have the option to like or dislike. So maybe I will just say that for each we will add margin left, let's say 10 pixels, just to make a little bit of a space. Okay, I'm wrong, margin right. Okay, like this, so it looks a little bit cleaner. Okay, so now we need to create a handle on click for those buttons. So let's say we are going to create one function. Let's say we will name it react, because it's reaction, like, dislike, whatever. And let's say type. Okay, and we will need to know, we can maybe say here comment ID. So those are two parameters that we will need to send to this function. So here I can say that on click we will call function react. Okay, and now as you can see, we will need the ID of the comment, which we have here. Okay, and then we also need type. So let's say this will be up. Okay, so I will just copy this, and this will be down. Okay, and then what will be else useful, because we are going to create a color on this one, so maybe it will be useful if we will send the color, so that later we can easily change the color, so on, like. So we'll say here color. Okay, so for now let's just test and say, okay, color dot CSS, and let's say color blue, just so we can test. Okay, so when we click, you can see it's blue. When you click again, it's blue again. Of course, now we also need to write and check if the person already liked or disliked this, and if it is, we should remove the previous one. Okay, but first, before we do that, let's save this data in some table so that we can track. So let's create a new table. So let's say reactions. This will be our ID. It's auto increment. So let's say we will have user ID, then we are going to have comment ID, and what else will be useful with this type. So okay, varchar, and then I guess 4 characters is the maximum. Okay, so I'll hit save. Cool. Okay, and we can maybe add, or not for now. Okay, let's now just build everything else. Okay, so you can see now we have comment ID. So when we click, we can go directly there. Okay, and then that's how we can connect. So maybe I will also add. Okay, so it's faster. So let's say our comment ID we will get from table comments ID. Okay, and then I will add a new one. So I will say user ID, table users ID. Okay, and boom, that's good. Okay, now let's here send this data to the PHP course. So I'll say here Ajax. We could even just copy this so it's faster. Okay, so here we'll say React, we'll say comment ID. Okay, and we'll say type is type. Okay, let's say JSON will be what will server return. Now let's write. So let's say we'll add it here. Okay, so we'll say React, and then this will be comment ID. Then we also have type. Okay, and now we need first to check, do we have in our table reactions, do we have this comment ID with this same user ID? So we can say if. So yeah, I don't have it. So let's say connection query, and I'll say select ID from reactions where comment ID equal comment ID and user ID equal. Now here we don't have anywhere user ID, but we do have it inside our session, so we will get it from there. Okay, and now here we can say if SQL number of rows bigger than 0, that means that we need just to update, else we will need to insert new reaction. So here we can say connection query, and we'll say update type, no sorry, update reactions, set type equal type, where maybe we can just, it will be faster if we just copy this. Okay, and then otherwise we want to insert. Okay, so say insert into reactions, set, not set, okay, we'll say type, comment ID, user ID. So type, comment ID, again we need to grab. Okay, and for now let's say just we will return status, let's say success, just so we can test this part. Okay, so I'll hit F12 and go to the network, hit like. Okay, we can see that new request has been made. We have sent proper data. Okay, it says success. Let's see what did happen in the database. Okay, now we can see this and the type is up. Now let's hit down. Okay, good. Let's see this. Okay, now this is updated. Let's go for another one. Like. Okay, now it's added again, different comment ID, the same user ID. That's exactly what we want to achieve. Cool. Now here, what we can return is here, we'll say status equal updated. And then here, we can say status equal inserted. Okay. So we can later down below check what do we have, what did happen. Okay, so here, where it is, it's here. Okay, so we'll say if response.status equal updated, we'll do this, else we'll do this. Okay, so in both cases we are going to set the current one to the blue color. So if it's updated, that means that already we have some reaction on this comment from this same user, and that means that the other one we need to change. So we'll say if type equal up, that means that we need for the color dot next dot css color, we will remove it, and otherwise, okay, now, okay, else we need for previous, set the color to, and then for inserted we don't need to do anything. So let's see. Okay, like, okay, it just said this one. So now if I click on this one, you can see now what did happen. Okay, if I click again, now it's switching, and if I hit reaction on this one, nothing will happen. Okay, because we don't have it already, but we are going to have it in the database. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is that on page load, we should load all the current reactions that we have for this specific user. So we are going to do it on a way that first we are going to get all the current reactions, and then just we are going to change the properly color for each one. So first thing, let's inside our code declare additional function. So say function get all reactions, maybe better get all user reactions. Okay, and then I will again grab this code. Okay, and we'll say get user reactions. That's it. Okay, response, it will be JSON, and then here we are going to do something, but let's say for now we'll just print to the console so you can see what we have. Okay, now let's go to the top. So I'll say here I will duplicate this because it's pretty much the same thing. So this is get user reactions. We don't have start because it's not going to be a lot of those. Okay, so I'll say get comment ID and type from reactions, and I will delete everything else. Okay, and then what we are going to do here, I will say here we have reactions and it's going to be an array. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I want inside our reactions to add a new array. It will be associative one, so it will be comment ID okay, it will be data comment ID, and then I will just duplicate this. It will be type. Okay, and then here this will be reactions. Okay, and then on page load, after document is ready and we have loaded all important things, we are going to also load all user reactions. So let's see, check our console, refresh, so nothing happens. Okay, array to string conversion. Let's see what is the reason. What is the line? 44. Okay, so this one. Okay, so I have forgot. Say JSON encode. Now it's all good. It's printed here, and we can see now that we have an array again, and inside each we have comment ID and then we have the type. Okay, so if we check this one here, you can see that the problem here is that we don't have an ID for each of those, so it will be useful if we do have. So I can say here, okay, this will be ID, and we will say comment and then ID. So why that is important? Because now I can go here and I can say that for okay, I less than response done length I plus plus. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I will say, okay, I want to find every comment with, say, now we can have access to that one by doing this, and then he is going to find the class with thumbs, and then here we can exactly say response response.ie.type, and then set the color to the blue. So let's see. Okay, refresh, and boom. Now this is what we have. Okay, so this is some issue here. Let's see why. Okay, we have 23 typed down. Okay, so yeah, the problem is because inside each comment we did wrong. We should say here that we are only going to do it for the first class, not for every class, because inside the replies we have multiple, and boom, that's it. Now you can see that it's only once, and let's see how it works. So for this one, if I hit dislike, it should transfer, and when I refresh, it should match that. But for this one, it should only mark this one. When I refresh, nothing is there. Why? Okay, let's see what is happening. Okay, like inserted. Okay, so there is an issue. I pretty much think that I know what is the problem, because here we only are saying for every comment ID, but pretty much we should track, is it comment ID or is it reply ID? Okay, because let's say here when we refresh, okay, it says comment ID 20, and here, so this is comment ID 20. So this is now interesting problem. Okay. Okay. It should mark even this one. So let's see. It says this one is 11. So let's see, for some reason it doesn't save. Okay. But we have sent comment ID 19, but probably in the table comments we don't have 19. Yes, and that is the main issue. Okay. So we should have probably two tables. One is for reactions on the comments, and then another one is for the reactions on reply ID. Or what we can do is maybe to remove this here for the relations view. We should remove on the comments, because this is not always the comment ID. Okay, that is the problem, because sometimes it's reply ID and sometimes it's comment ID. Okay, so when we refresh and now hit this, okay, when we refresh again, now it works, because at first it didn't insert, because we had in the table comments we didn't have ID 19, but we do have it in the table replies. Okay, so since we now are able to have the potential issue where we have the same ID, since it's only one comment ID here, it can happen that we have the same comment ID inside the comments table and inside the replies table, and then in that case we are not going to be able to properly select reaction, and that is quite a huge problem. So maybe what we can do is that for each row in the table reactions we also add the option to say is it reply or not, and then later what we can do is that we will only find all classes with this, and then we will have additional attribute that will say is it reply or not, and if it matches, then only in that case we are going to actually mark it as blue. So let's do it. So first I will change this table and I will add a new row. So let's say is reply, and then we can say 3, it will be yes or no. Okay, and then we should go to the top, okay, find where we add a new comment, okay, and says here if it's reply different than false, that means it is reply. No, but actually we can't do it there. We should do it here when we add the new reaction. My mistake. When we react here, we should check if this is a reply or not. So how we can do that? So basically here we should only check if when they click on this function if the parent is reply. So if there isn't, so no, that's not how we can do it, because it's not always correct. So like I said, this is quite a little bit tedious problem, but let's do it. Of course I'm not going to cut this video, so you can really see how we can fix the issue of this type. So maybe when we grab all the comments, we should maybe pass the parameter where we say are we getting the replies or not. So we can say here is reply, and by default it's false, but then here when it is, we can say it's true, and then in that case we can say here that, okay, maybe we can say if is reply, then is reply equal yes, else is reply equal no, and then here we can say, okay, we will have additional attribute. Okay, I'll add to both that we say data is reply, and then we can say is reply. Okay, and it should work. So let's check when I refresh. For this one it says data is reply is no, but for this one it says data is reply is yes, and then again for this one it says data is reply yes. So that is exactly what we wanted to achieve. Cool. So now we should find each time this, which is okay, this. So I'll get it like this, and then we need to modify our function when we get all reactions. So this one we really need to modify. Okay, so I'll put just the comment here, and here we'll say, okay, find me all, or maybe we can say it's I, and I want all on click react this, And as you can see here, we have up or down, which is actually our response I dot type. And then we will say dot each, because it is possible that we have multiple. So we'll say we need to grab it also from our database. So from here we will also need to grab this one. So we can say if response I dot is reply equal to the this dot attribute data is reply, then only in that case we will change the color to the blue. Of course, now we will need to return this. So we'll say here is reply. So we'll say is reply, and then we will need to edit when we react. So how we are going to do it? So here we will just say is reply, and then we will say color dot attribute data is reply. And again in the PHP, when we add a new react, we also need is reply. And we are only going to use it on the insert. So say here is reply, and again here. Of course, now we will need to delete everything that we have in the database at the moment, because this is not valid anymore. So let's see. So now first, when I click on this one, let's see what we are sending. It says is reply no, that is correct. Cool. Reactions, nothing in reactions. Why? Let's check once again. React comment ID type is reply. So the issue is here. Refresh. It says now it's correct. Now if we hit this on reply, it says so now we are able to properly identify from where this comment ID is. And now when we refresh, now we can see that it worked properly for this one, but for some reason it says on this one, which means 5 thumbs up, this is 20, is reply no. And let's see, 20 down is reply yes, and then we have 23. So let's see, this one here is 20 down, so 20 down, reply yes, and then we have 23, it should be this one, no, it's again 20, so for some reason it doesn't work correctly. So 23, so the problem is with the 20. Let's see, we say here if response equal, Okay, maybe we have mistake here. Okay, response dot type. Okay, which is up or down, and then we are looking to make sure that data is reply same. So let's print to the console and see what it is. Let's see. Okay, it says no, yes, no, no. So maybe I should print also the ID. Okay. It says 23, no, yes, no, no. So this is interesting because this is looking good, and as you can see here, we are only working with, like, it's basically skipping entire 23, which is interesting. Why? Let's check our code. Oh man, look this. So we have completely forgot to change the ID of this one. Yep. Okay, it happens. Oh, let's see now. Yeah, that's it. So now as you can see, it's working properly, and now it's not doing it here. So let's say for this one, refresh. Yeah, now it works properly. So we can maybe just delete it from here and delete it from here, and that's it. Okay guys, so I hope so that you have enjoyed this video. You have seen how to debug, how to fix the problems, and you can see that no matter how much experience you have, you can always make mistakes, and that's exactly why I am doing those videos, so that I can encourage you guys to be better, to strive more, and to see that even if you have problems, you just need to keep trying, keep looking, and actually at the end of the day there isn't a bug that can be fixed. So if you have liked this video, please like it and share it to your friends, and of course if you have any questions or anything, make sure that you ask in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to answer all of them. Take care.